All right, today's an unexpected road trip from Chicago down to Branson, Missouri. A forum member on the Lightning EV forums and we decided we wanted to trade wheels. I'm gonna give him my 20-inch Lariat wheels, and he's gonna give me his 18-inch XLT wheels. Apparently we both want the other one's wheels. I want the lower diameter wheels for off-roading, bigger sidewall, better ride, stuff like that. So we're gonna meet in Branson, Missouri today and swap wheels and tires. We're off to a pretty good start. I was just at 1.9 kilowatts miles per kilowatt hour. Just dropped to 1.8 unfortunately. And I'm trying to hypermile a little bit. I've got the mirrors folded in, and I realized that if I use the camera here, I can just watch the camera for a pretty good substitute for mirrors. I also noticed that Bliss still works. You see the yellow light on the mirror just lit up and went off? Bliss still works great, so pretty minimal risk, and I'll save, I don't know, maybe like half a mile per kilowatt hour, I don't know. Probably not even that much, 0.05. Anyways, as I'm traveling, I've noticed this map randomly changed to display this blue circle of range, which I like. It also displays the temperature at the destinations along the way, which I also like. It displays them in Celsius for some reason. Everything else in the truck is Fahrenheit, but anyways, I'm still happy to see that. We left at about 92% state of charge, and we're gonna make it all the way to Springfield, Illinois with no charging. We'll have quite a bit of room to spare to charge there, but that's okay. I don't think we'll make it to St. Louis with this charge, so we'll top up in Springfield, and only 2 more stops after that until we get to Branson. So we've got everything packed up in the car. I've got tools and stuff to change tires over. I've got the kids with me, so we've got our bathing suits. We're gonna swim at a water park, which we're looking forward to. And with that, I think it's gonna be a successful impromptu trip. So stay tuned for more updates as we experience the CCS charging infrastructure. For me, the first time in this Lightning on a big road trip. So I'm sure I'll learn a lot, but cross our fingers that we'll be able to charge where we think we will and won't have a lot of problems along the way. So stay tuned. We're almost to Springfield, Illinois, and we're getting ready for our first charging stop. The Ford app made the arrival time an hour later for some reason. Not really sure why. As you can see, we're cutting it a little close with the charging, but I checked PlugShare, and this EA station at Walmart is fairly reliable, looks like, so I think we'll be okay arriving there in 3 miles. And we'll get some charge there. We'll do some shopping at Walmart probably, and then continue on after that. Let's see how this charging stop goes. All right, we're pulling in. 11 miles of range left, but that's all you need. Here's the charger. Let's see if this bad boy works. It's a relief. It's going. Just happy to be charging, and I'm gonna go inside and get my kids a snack and maybe a toy or something to keep them happy. We'll see. All right, about 50 or 55 minutes later, we're at 86%. For what it's worth, the car charged at pretty much the exact same rate that Ford said it would. Instead of the 15% to 80% at 41 minutes that Ford says, it went from 6% to 80% in 45 minutes. So if anything, maybe even slightly faster. And as everyone who owns a Lightning knows, once it gets above 80%, it really tapers at about 53 kilowatts or so. So we're gonna unplug and head out and on to the next charger. But everything worked out okay. So I was, I guess, worried about nothing, but I'm glad everything worked out for now. All right, we got here at around 44% state of charge. Unfortunately, this EVgo Ultium charger, Ultium Ready charger, isn't so fast. I guess Delta's the brand. We're only at 71 kilowatts, which is pretty disappointing. So we'll wait. I'll check the app and see when it wants us to leave, how long we're supposed to be here for, but it's a little slower than I was hoping. There are some other EVgo chargers down here, but I'm guessing these are slower than the ones we're already hooked up at. I'm tempted to switch over and see. I'll ask my buddy and see if he knows which ones might be faster, but my guess is the ones we're at are the newer ones. Let's see, maybe I can tell by the date. Date code, no years on here. But I was talking with a really nice guy next to me. He's got a black Kia EV, and he's a big fan of his quiet Kia, he says. And I can see why. What a difference from driving like what might be just a regular gas Kia and switching to electric. It's probably a pretty nice upgrade, at least it would be to me. These ones are. Let's go check out what the other EVgos are down here that we're connected to. Safe trip. DC. Wow, it can go up to 175 in theory. Maybe now that he disconnected, maybe we'll go faster. Yes, we are going faster. Okay. So it's because his was connected. I guess I should have thought of that earlier. But since his was connected, it cut us down to half. But with him unplugging, now we're up to 169. Out of curiosity, so let's say he didn't leave and I had figured that out. What if I had connected to this guy? Oh, he's not even charging, it seems like. He's connected, but it doesn't seem like... Oh, it says in use, okay. He's only at 25. Nope, that's the speed. He's at 130, which is pretty good. Dropping fast, it seems like, for some reason. So even if I had plugged into this one, I don't think it would have really helped me much. So I'm really glad that our friends in the black Kia over there, Nero I think it is, in the black Nero are leaving. Through no fault of their own, but for selfish reasons, I'm glad they're leaving because now we can charge even faster. And look at that shot of the arch in the background, huh? Pretty picturesque shot if the sun wasn't in the way. As I'm planning my next move on PlugShare, just wanted to capture the drop from below 80% kilowatt speeds to above 80% kilowatt speeds. Let's see what it does when it hits 80. Watch this number right here. There we go. As soon as it hits 80, it plummets. So we're out of here. I'm not sticking around for that. All right, kids, let's go. Seatbelt on. Uh-oh.
All right, this footage you're seeing, unfortunately, is showing when I tried to disconnect the EVgo charger cable from my truck. I pushed the button, but it did not disconnect, and you can see the Ford logo on the truck is indicating red, meaning some sort of error or fault. I did call EVgo after a few minutes of trying myself. EVgo had a very helpful representative on the phone who walked me through some of the steps to mitigate this problem. They asked me to wiggle the charger around and try to pull it out myself. He did perform some sort of remote reset, and then after about 7 minutes of being stuck, the light on the truck was no longer red, it was blue again, or white, which is a good sign, but I still couldn't get it out. So for the subsequent 3 minutes after that, I think it was a user error fault on my own, not wiggling and pulling the cord in the right way or at the right angle. So 7 minutes delayed due to the disconnect failure, and then another 3 minutes of me not correctly pulling the button at the same time as twisting it around, and after 10 minutes total, I was free and able to continue on the journey.
General store in Lebanon, Missouri. It's our last charging stop of the day, we hope. Looks like things are going well, so I'm confident this will be our last charging stop. Looks like we're gonna be up to around 157, 156 or so kilowatts, so I'll take that. And we're happy to have this charger here and working. We're in kind of a dark area of the country. There's just a lot of rural areas and not a lot of chargers. It's only 6:15, but it seems a lot later than that for us. We're gonna go into the store and see what they have for treats and food-related entertainment, I would say. I'll update you when we're done charging. Oh no, not again. All right.
Well, here we are. We made it to our hotel in Branson, Missouri. This is where we're going to trade wheels, another forum member and me, to get what each of us want. He wants the 20-inch Lariat wheels for his XLT. I want the 18-inch XLT wheels. And this way we can get it done basically for free, although there's a trip involved that wasn't that expensive. And we're going to walk away with the wheels we want. We got a bit of a late start. We didn't start till about 12:15. That's just after midnight in the morning. And we were done around 1:30, which wasn't too bad, I suppose. Things could have gone a lot worse. I brought my electric impact gun, which was awesome to plug into the Pro Power on board. And we brought a couple of jacks and made pretty quick work of it, even though the jacks needed a little bit of height extension to get these big trucks off the ground. But got the job done, in bed by 1:30, and we were happy to part ways, friends, and also with the new wheels we wanted. So it worked out great for everyone. Well, we thought we had parted ways. The very next morning on our way out of town, we stopped about 45 minutes north of Branson at a charging stop in Springfield, Missouri. And who should I find there? Of course, my buddy with the Lightning that I swapped wheels with the night before. There's not a lot of charging in Branson, be aware. So if you need fast CCS charging, be careful and plan your way ahead. So not surprisingly, we ended up at the same charger in the morning, completely unplanned. It was kind of a mixed bag, this charger. It was a little disappointing.
All right, I better
Required
go
an
check on the
app,
kids.
EV Connect app, and it
They're
was
eating their
unfortunately not
biscuits.
that fast. I switched chargers to the other charger. It was a little faster, but either way, we were stuck around 62 or so kilowatts at first, and then eventually we got up to like 116 max by the time we left Starbucks. But anyway, we got some juice and kept going.
Charging trip today. We're at the Walmart in, I believe it's Sullivan, Missouri. Just plugged in. We got up to 150, 160. This beautiful truck with its beautiful new to me wheels. It looks kind of like a grandpa truck right now, but when I get the taller tires, it'll look a little more stout. am back in my neighborhood, charging at the free charge point site provided by the village. Thank you, taxpayers, including myself. I'm gonna get my free charge overnight, and I'll call this trip a success. I got the new wheels on there like I showed you. Kids and I had a good time. It was a lot of driving, but things went really well. Could have gone a lot worse. And I learned a lot about CCS charging and planning and strategy for road tripping a kind of inefficient but wonderful, awesome vehicle. I love this truck more than ever. Had a fantastic trip this trip, and I'm so glad I went with the extended range. Even for a cheapskate like me, it was worth it. And I look forward to many more trips and many more miles to come. Stay tuned for more upgrades to this. I'm going to think about doing some aerodynamic covers, maybe some aerodynamic mods to the back. And I also want to get the big, tall tires. Nothing crazy like mud terrains, probably not even all terrains, just tall highway tires. And to do that, I'm going to need the 2-inch leveling kit, probably from Rough Country. Stay tuned for all that here on the Mind of Matter YouTube channel, and thanks for tuning in this trip. So long.